You know what? Hold on. I'm going to go grab it. I just realized I have my favorite book because I love it that much. Okay. So, when I was like 13, my mom took me to her cousin's house, and his cousin's girlfriend had like a bookshelf of all these books, and I was just looking at them because my mom would just drag me random places with her all the time, and I didn't really have like anything to do there, and so I was just like, oh fine, I'll just grab a book and I'll just read it. Well, they were doing their thing, and I didn't really want to watch TV. I was just looking at the book going, I want to read a book. And then she was so my cousin's girlfriend was like, oh, do you like books? And I was like, yeah, I like to read. She's like, have you read this book? And I was like, oh, I watched the movie. I loved Interview with the Vampire. And she's like, but have you read the book? And I'm like, no, I haven't read the book. She's like, I have the book. So she ended up giving me her book, Interview with the Vampire, which I then took home. This isn't it, by the way. I thought she gave it to me, but I think I returned it, and then I ended up getting my own copy. Or maybe this is the one she gave me. I can't remember. But I love Interview with the Vampire. It was really, really good. I read the book, and then that was my entrance to my love of Anne Rice. And then, so I started reading her series, and I have to say, my favorite book of all time is actually not Interview with the Vampire. Is actually The Queen of the Damned. I have a hard copy one because I actually have two copies of the book. I have a hard copy one, and then I also have a soft cover one, like a novel, soft cover one as well too. And I love this book. I love it for so many reasons. One of them being that I think when you create vampires, because vampires just seem like a thing that many people have done in different ways, and they almost have to create, unless you're going to borrow from someone else who's already created, the myth or the stories behind how a vampire became to be, or the vampire's world or whatever. You usually have to create like a backstory. How are vampires created? Like, why did they do the things they do? Like, things like that. Like, how come these things happen? And The Queen of the Damned is that book for Anne Rice's Vampire Chronicles. She's explaining how first, the vampires were created, how they came about, and how all the vampires then basically descend from these people who were created as the first vampires. And so she creates this whole storyline around it. And so I love Queen of the Damned. I think that's why I always say I hated the movie. I understand directors and stuff like that have freedom to kind of mold and change things, but they changed too many things. And the only thing good about that movie was Aaliyah and the soundtrack. They changed too many things about the book. And I think they basically took, for me, all the best parts of the book and just basically cut it out. And they took parts in the book that I was like, they weren't even really memorable to me at all. And I was like, what? But even then, they changed the lore and the backstory of Lestat. I hated this movie. The only time I've ever watched it is if it's been on TV. I think I watched it in theaters for the first time. I had such a headache. I was so annoyed at this movie. But yeah, no, if you ever have the chance to read The Queen of the Damned, it is my favorite book. So there you go. There you have it. Thank you, Shayna, for the question. Much appreciated. Again, I don't have enough questions. Shayna submitted this to me on Instagram. There is a post there. Feel free. You can look at the questions that were submitted already. You can also watch the videos back to see what questions have been asked. Maybe that'll inspire a question. You never know, right? Yeah. So, yeah, please, I need more questions. So you could also do it on Twitter. At the top of my post, you could see it's pinned at the top, and you can see it there. So yeah, don't forget, it's 38 questions, 38 days for my 38th birthday. I will be streaming on my birthday, and I will be doing a trivia, and I'm basically taking questions from each one of these videos. So you have to watch them, and there will be a prize, and it may or may not be a gift card. Most likely will be a gift card. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!